Hey, it's Dana Peever, the Decision Smith. How are you today? So we are currently on episode 4 of my pre-launch videos. Again, if you haven't watched the previous ones, especially number 1, I suggest you go back and have a listen. It really explains what we're up to over the next couple of weeks in terms of the videos that we're doing and the topics that we're tackling. So over the past couple of days, we talked about how important it is for you to have a method for decision making, some kind of system, some type of process or step-by-step instructions that you follow to make tough decisions in your life. So I hope that you got some valuable information out of the videos that we've already done. Again, all my videos can always be seen on YouTube. I post them on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, variety of places. I don't put them all on all the mediums every single day. So if you're looking for a central place to watch them all, you can certainly go to YouTube. So today and over the next couple of days, I want to talk about probably the most common method people use to make tough decisions. And I want to share with you my thoughts on that particular system or way of doing things, and how we could maybe just with a little tweaking really ameliorate your decision-making practices with a few simple tweaks. So if I asked you, what's the first thing that you do when you sit down to make a tough decision? I ask that question all the time. I ask that question of my clients on a daily basis. The most common response I get is that people start with a pros and cons list. And you know what? I think that's a great idea. I think it's a really strong starting point. Keep in mind, it's a starting point. I don't want you ever to use your pros and cons list to make a final decision. And I'm going to tell you why. So as you're considering the factors that you're taking into account when you're making your decision, you're listing the good things on one side and the bad things on the other. And what you may or may not know is that your brain and your thought process is already biased by your intuition. So if you are secretly, subconsciously already hoping for an outcome, in creating your pros and cons list, you are going to populate the column in favor of the decision that's actually already been made in your brain. So if you really want this option, your pros list is going to be really long. And if you don't think this is a good solution, your cons list is going to be long. You watch yourself. If you go to make a decision and you start your pros and cons list, it's so easy to think of great things about why this is going to work. So I really want you to keep that in the back of your mind as we go through the process of making tough decisions. And the other thing too is that when you're making a pros and cons list, each item on that list is not going to mean as much to you as the next. So let's just say you're looking at a new job. The salary that you get for the job is probably not going to mean as much to you as perhaps the office building that the job is located in. I'm not talking about the commute or anything like that, but the physical setting of where you would be. So, when you're taking all of those factors into account, they all have different weights that they bring to your decision. So that's what I wanted to impart today, just in terms of your pros and cons list, that it's a great start. Join me tomorrow where we'll dive into that just a little bit more. Hope you have a great day. Take care.